Hey guys, and welcome to this brand new video. So today is Friday, and that means it's only going to be one thing, and that is Market Watch for this week. Now, I believe this is episode 7, but it could be 8. And every episode we've done on this series, the feedback, the comments have only got better, so I'd like to thank you guys for that. But without further ado, let's get cracking on this week's price rises and price falls on Runescape 3's Grand Exchange. Right, just some things to go over. Obviously, we've still got the bonus XP weekend coming at the end of the month, and we've also got Necromancy coming in the first week of August. Again, those items will pretty much be quite heavy throughout this. We've also had a fortinthry update this week with a new quest and a new area you can build into your fort. So things like frames, especially the frames going to be used in this new update, are going to be very high as well as the stone segments and other stuff linked to the fort. So those are going to be free updates which should be dotted throughout, but again, we'll talk through them as well. Right, so let's get started. So silver wildcards are still at the top, 34% increase, and that's because they're still very low compared to the price. We are catching up though. We are doing like a bigger increase now, which means hopefully won't be on top for much longer. These are still selling over 100k, I believe, so definitely like something where it's got a lot of room, and they're becoming a lot more visible in Treasure Hunter as well. So this current Treasure Hunter, which is one of the dragon loot chests, it's one of the rewards you can pick as well, so hopefully more will come in the game, which will bring the price down as well. Potato cactus are now 4k, so there's a daily if you do the desert diaries, where you can get some free potato cactus a day. This is going to add up to something like 200k per day now, which definitely worthwhile if you're looking for cash or if you're looking for something to pick up. These have sort of skyrocketed since the announcement of like necromancy stuff, and it would literally just be because it's a secondary, which no one really like gets. So if you can get access to it, get access to it. It can be a nice way to make a little bit of GP per day. Anima of Jazz, which seems to be the only anima which is actually like worth something. It's been on its way up since like a week ago when the update about the God Arrows came out, I presume. But yeah, even like in Feb, it's still around 70, while the others have got really, really cheap. Might just be because no one really does Kerapack, and the other three are more camped. Extreme Magic, 18.5k. Again, things like the Potato Cactus and Lantern will drive that price up, and that is the reason why it's so expensive. Elder Frames, because of something like the bonus XP weekend, that will be a mad way to train XP. I would like to do it, but I have a feeling it's going to be terribly expensive. So I'm going to try and like price check. I'm going to do a video again, like I always do, for the bonus XP weekend, what my plans are for both accounts. Maybe the third account, maybe the Twitch Prime account will make an appearance. You never know. There'll be a video about it this weekend. And Magic and Acadia frames were used for the latest fortinthry update as well. Dread Walls are just stupid price at 3.2k. If you can hunt them and you enjoy hunting them, definitely do it, because it will definitely be over like 12 to 13 mil per hour at the minute. Herbs, if you've got things like the Dwarven tools which double your herbs, or the super growth potions, make sure to do your herbs now, because they're probably the highest price they're going to be in a little while. Ranars at 5k is something we've not seen for a little while. The highest it's been in 6 months. Cannon Time will be because of the super defense potion, and Bruise will go up for power burst of vitality to train that as well. Subjugation linked to the necromancy as well, and some stone spirits dotted through. Org Bones, I did a video about this. It's going to come out over the weekend. These are roughly selling for about 70k, so definitely some profit still left in them. Dino Arrows as well. These have sort of spiked, and I'm a bit annoyed really, because if you've been watching these for the past couple of weeks, you know I've been stocking up on the Anima of Fall for a while, because that was going to be my method to train fletching. Because of the update for the Elder like God Arrows, Dino Arrows have gone up like considerably, to the point now where it's actually not worth doing because you're going to lose money, which I don't really want to do with fletching. I was going to make profit doing it normally, but now the updates come, it's ruined that idea, so yeah. The other frames as well, frames are still trying to find their price, and it's the same with the planks as well. Once the frames like sort of settle down, find where their price is, and like level out, that means the planks will be able to find their price, and then that means like the whole fortinthry infrastructure will be able to determine what profit you can make from turning like planks into refined planks into frames. There will still be money dotted throughout that whole process, but it'll just be able to be a bit clearer on how much money you will make. Unicorn Horn, Snape Grass, they are secondaries. Might make Sara a little bit more profitable, not massively, but you can make a little bit more money now. Especially with Ranars as well being 5k each, you'll make a little bit more from your minion drops and your boss drops as well. Ceramic Scales going up, but they're just dirt cheap now. Pure Essence, very nearly hitting 200 GP, in fact hitting 200 GP, which is just like mental. It was going up anyway, because runecrafting was becoming like more consistent, and there's not really that flow apart from Absol Demons and some other methods and some other drops. There's no real flow of pure essence. And because of the demand on runes, it was always going to go up as well. Sharp Shell Shards, the Fungal Shaft and Propellant are all linked to the Dino Arrows, so that is dotted throughout here as well. Acadia Planks and Logs will be linked to the frames, so fortinthry, bonus XP weekend, and that change to creating God Arrows is really like controlled the top half of this week's rises. Prep Potions are high because they were linked to the Combination Potion, which is apparently decent profits as well. Ripper Demons, pouches are going up, so they can be a great way to use your binding contracts if you are confident enough to do Ripper Demons. Ripper Demons can be brutal. I've been trying to do a guide or a video about it. I've tried 4 times, and 4 times I've got slapped up. So still trying, still hopefully bring it out at some point, but until I get better, definitely not. Royal Dragon Hide up because it was too cheap. Ring of Wealth 11.7k, not quite sure where that's going up, but it might just be due to like invention or something like that. Serenic Body 4.2 mil. I think I will have a look at one point if making Serenic Bodies will make profit or not, just because the scales are just that cheap now. It's just silly. It might get to the point where you can make profit crafting. White Berries was something we picked up last week on the rise, and they're not seeming to be stopping. They're a little bit of a wobble because I think they're like pushing their threshold, but still 6.5k for a White Berry is mad. That could add some serious profit to Corp, which again I might be looking into very soon. And let's see what else. Refined Elder Planks again, waiting for the frame to settle, then that will settle, and the bracket 4s of the extremes. Just because the extremes are so high, the bracket 4s just need to catch up. The Extreme Magic Potion bracket 3 is worth more than the bracket 4, so again they've just got to like catch up due to that. Else you will make money buying bracket 4s and turn them into bracket 3s. Yeah, so just to show again, bottom here. An Extreme Magic bracket 4, 13k. Up in the top, it is 18.5. So there is clear profit there. Hopefully, like the bracket 4 doesn't sell and people are selling bracket 3s, but you never know. In this economy, I question everything. Right, so price falls. My guess before we start scrolling down, stuff from the parcels from the dead event, anything which isn't useful anymore in fortinthry, so that'd be like the woodcutting stuff, and various form of necromancy bones. So wyvern bones are down. I will definitely be picking some of these up on the weekend because again I think we need to. Dragon hatchet's pretty much gone again. Super attacks have worked their way down now. They are crashing, probably because someone must have like released a series and showed how good they are for profit. Again, sorry, and it wasn't me. We don't have that much of an impact, but super attacks were too good to like not crash. Like they were making too much money for what they were, and I think they were too high and overinflated. I think the other supersets will follow this direction, but maybe not for a little bit longer. The reason I think super attacks go first is because it has like a considerably cheaper herb and secondary, so it's always the cheapest one to make. The others have got the benefit of there's not like an unlimited supply like there is of Eyes of Newt. And the herbs are a bit harder and shared between other potions as well. Rune and Alley Dragon Bones are on the way down. If you're looking to buy some reinforced Dragon Bones, 82k is actually not a bad price, considering what I think they'll be on release of Necromancy. Obviously, when Necromancy is released and people can see what it can do, that can cause sharp spikes. So you're probably best to buy like now and get stocked up. That's my advice. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. But obviously, you guys do what you think is best. Gwen and Dragonbane Arrows, again, really annoying that the update is kind of like nerfed them. There was such good XP and profit. So my Fletching Dream is completely out the window, and all the Animal I bought can just sit in my bank. Astral Runes on the way down. Again, if you're looking to buy some, just watch them as they're going down and be able to pick some up. Golden Roses are down, which means Penance Powder will be cheaper as well, or buy under G price. Super Strengths are following sort of the attack potion trend as well, so they're on the way down. Again, I think stuff started to like peak and slowly start to crash just before bonus XP weekend. Definitely keep an eye on it because you might be able to pick up a decent deal. Keys of the Crossing are on their way down. I think this is more a combination of people being afraid of holding big stacks of these at 900k. 900k for a Key of the Crossing is just silly money and a silly price to it. Obviously, when it's proven that it'll be the best method for Necromancy, they'll go higher than 900k. But until then, I think 900k is the threshold of where people will cash out and sell for profit now. Maybe buy on the bounce back and then probably look to sell or at least use them for the start of Necromancy. Dragonmatic on its way down. yes, it went up because there's such limited supply. People don't really do big game hunter, don't really do tetras. But again, there's not really much of a market now because people have sort of moved away from archaeology. The super strength down, similar to the attack, on its way down and crashing. Bandos Tactics 1.4 mil, bit sad, but again, there's no real use for them. Baby Dragon Bones, again, supplies come in, it's crashed. The full arrow I was going to fletch for, 120 fletching, it's crashed. So yeah, that's gone out the window. Thanks for fortinthry. Silver bar 1.4k. If you do low tier jewelry, always keep an eye on your bar price. If your bar price is cheap, then look to pick it up. I don't know what silver bars classes it cheap now. That's not too bad, but I'd hold out a little bit longer and see what happens. Emeralds and rubies are just so cheap. I mean, a ruby for 370 GP. The XP you get for it, it's just crafting is just so cheap. Super ranging potion, extreme ranging potion. This is the slow decline of potion set as well, like overloads. I would hold out to like just before bonus XP or during bonus XP, because that's when the chance of like the really will dip and you can pick them up. Same with like ores and bars. If you've not stocked up for Necromancy, now really could be your best chance to do so, because stuff's starting to like go down just before the release. So this weekend I'm going to release a video of me like stocking up on things I want to use for Necromancy, stuff I think is going to be worthwhile. So I'm going to do a video for that. Other stuff I'm going to release this weekend as well is a video on the Prime account, what plans we've got for it, what I'm going to be doing with it, if the series is going to continue, your votes on the poll, your comments on the last video. I've read them all, I've seen them all. I've got something to pitch to you guys, so we're going to be doing that for sure. And also the bonus XP weekend plans as well. So we've only got a week till that kicks off. So we'll do a video for both accounts and maybe another one, just running through what our plans are. And then finally, the most valuable trades, although we don't really like take much from here. The rares now have sort of settled on their price, nothing massive there. The armors and weapons are starting to wobble now. I think this is going to be the big cash out of the PVM armors, because people want to put their money into like the skilling resource. I don't think, apart from your top tier players, people, I kind of see in archaeology as well, there comes a threshold where people get bored and want to go PVM, and it comes a threshold now that people just don't want to sell their gear. So it might not be as severe as what I think or what people think, but the trend is at the minute is that a lot of the high tier PVM armors and weapons are on the way down as well. Soul die check, 357 mil. Did I get one? No. Although I did get something. Check out my loot video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too much to like cause any like concerns that something's going to crash or something's going to buy. But in terms of price rises, it's pretty much the standard and trend we've seen, with a few new items as well. So as always, it's Slay Wildcards, that's going to be there for a couple of weeks. fortinthry, the stuff like the frames and the planks, still finding their price. And because we've had an update this week, the stuff related to that update, the Dino Arrows and God Arrows have affected on both rises and crashes. Bonus XP, especially the potion side, Herbal looks very expensive, and Necromancy as well is on both rises and crashes this week. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like, please subscribe to the channel, drop any comments you've got regarding things we've talked about today, or anything else that you guys have noticed, and I'll see you guys again next week for next week's Market Watch.